So today is my first day of vlogging in public. With all of the people gathered. This is quite scary. In this video, I'm pushing my limits and stepping way beyond my comfort zone to bring you along on my very first vlogging journey. My journey began with me heading to the airport for a 36-hour-long flight. I'm not sure whose brilliant idea is it to vlog for the first time in the airport where the only things you can talk about are airplanes and how great the weather is. Keep in mind, I have a perfectly good mini camera in my backpack that I just bought specifically for this trip, which is the Osmo Pocket 3. But I took out my phone instead so that I can pretend that it's my first time visiting Australia. I raised it to eyes level and pressed the big red record button. So today is my first day of vlogging in public. That was the only sentence I said, and it suddenly comes to my mind, why the hell am I doing this? Ever since I gained consciousness when I was a kid, you know the moment where you suddenly feel that you are alive in this world? I became a really quiet person. I don't say much, I don't speak loudly. I was just there observing what other people are doing. I was that one quiet kid in class that has no presence whatsoever, and you probably don't even remember who he is. It's not until high school that I found out that there's a term for this personality trait, which is called introvert. Actually, this trait is often confused with shyness and social anxiety. They are totally different things, but it makes sense that people associate them together because most people who are shy and have social anxiety are mostly due to their introvertedness. As a person who is more introverted, shy, and has social anxiety, I often care about what other people think about me. It feels like I'm trapped in a dungeon with chains tied up to all my limbs. It really limits what I actually want to do. Not that it's entirely a bad thing, because caring what other people think makes us obey social norms and be more empathetic. But the great thing is that being an introvert is a preference. Social anxiety and shyness can be improved. So my goal for this vlog is to first capture memorable experience in Japan, and secondly is to not care what other people think about me, as long as I don't affect them. I don't have a step-by-step plan to achieve this. My only step is to just start vlogging. The next morning was my first actual vlog in Japan. I pulled out my camera wanting to describe my experiences after navigating the very complex Tokyo station. So we just got out of Tokyo station, to be honest. I mean, it's not too bad to navigate the Tokyo station and all. As you can see, I'm not that good at speaking my thoughts live on camera. It was a very nerve-wracking experience, and you can probably already tell by me holding the camera very close to myself and always observing whether there are people looking at me like I'm doing some sort of like illegal things. So yeah, my first destination was the Imperial Palace. I gotta show some respect to the kings and queens of this place. Filming the journey there was actually surprisingly comfortable until I turned the camera on to myself. I felt really self-conscious when the focus is shifted towards me, because I felt like I need to say something interesting, like how a content creator should be. I remember reading somewhere that you should treat your camera like your friend. But the problem I have is that my camera doesn't laugh at my jokes. What do you call a fake spaghetti? An imposter. When I am inside the Imperial Palace, we were only able to explore the gardens and outer area of the palace. The actual palace where the royalty lives usually is not open to the public. So yeah, the garden feels really zen. There are many kinds of plants and fruit trees, and since I went during February, which is around the end of winter, most sakura trees is still chilling out, which is quite sad. Except for that one single sakura tree that is in full blossom mode. This was actually my first time seeing sakura blossom. I didn't really expect to see it within the first few days, so I just rushed towards it until I see a huge crowd gathering under the tree. Of course, there are many people under a single blooming sakura tree. According to my instinct, I usually avoid crowded places like that and just find another one to take a photo with. However, that is the only single sakura tree in the whole big garden since it is still winter. and there's like an early bloomer. The sakura tree is like a stage where there are audiences surrounding it, watching you do anything, everything. Not only that, my internal social alarm is going off like crazy. What if I disturb people when they are enjoying the sakura? What if I ruin someone else's perfect photo? What if they thought I'm a selfish person? Fuck that shit. I didn't travel 2,000 kilometers just to be a coward. And the Instagram photo for my followers is at stake. I ignored everything on my mind and walked towards the tree and enjoyed the beautiful sakura blossom. I think these are plum blossoms. Well, I'll be lying if I said I enjoyed it. My heart was beating like 200 times per second, but I at least managed to take a selfie with the tree before disappearing immediately after, all within 15 seconds. I felt a sense of relief, but I knew I could do much better. Little did I know, the next vlogging challenge would test my anxiety level in a whole new way. Next, we went to get some lunch. This was my first official lunch, and I did not plan which restaurant to go. But we were craving for some ramen, so we decided to randomly walk into a random building and try out this small ramen stall. As a fan of food vlogs, I've always admired how they film in public restaurants. Especially you see, look at all these people looking at you filming. And they're still able to enjoy the food and give engaging comments to their audience. Inspired by them, I set up my camera on the small table in the corner, which is the perfect place to start my food vlog. My ramen arrived not long after. I pressed the record button and started filming my reaction of tasting the ramen. I took a sip of the broth. And yes, it's a bit cliche to say this, but the broth was so flavorful that I'm lost for words. My intention was to describe the depth of flavor, comment on the blend of ingredients to the camera, but instead I found myself silently enjoying the meal. Ignoring the fact that the ramen is good, I was also really hesitant to speak to an invincible audience while I had a very real one right in front of me, which is my dad. In that moment, I gained a newfound respect for food vloggers. To be able to engage an audience while fully experience and enjoying the food, that was a skill that I did not know I'll be able to master. I thought perhaps I wasn't really cut out to be a vlogger, or maybe this was just a first step on my journey of improvement, to not care what other people think and to be more confident of myself. Either way, I continued filming food vlogs the whole day, but mostly it's just me with the food and trying and just eating, not much commentary. Occasionally I will have some thoughts, but mostly it was just towards my dad and not towards the camera. By the way, this is all just happening in the first day. I didn't expect to have that much thoughts about this. I initially want to squeeze the whole 30-day vlog experience into this one video, but I don't think that's possible now. But yeah, tell me whether you like this video. I'm not sure whether I should continue making a series out of this, but if this video gets 100 likes, I will definitely make a part 2. I wouldn't imagine that I'll be making this type of video when I first started, but growth, yeah! Make sure you join my Discord, link in the description, where you can share your personal journey or your skills. There's also a journal where you can share art or any other skills that you want to share and inspire other people as well. Also, I have a personal channel where I'll be uploading all my extra footage, unedited raw vlogs of my Japan trip. So if you're interested, feel free to check it out as well. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Budget Zero. Peace.